What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Golden Dice Podcast, episode number 40. I'm Jack. I'm your host. With me, I got Brian, Flock, and Scott. How are you gentlemen doing?
Doing good.
Fantastic. I just ate a cookie.
Living life?
Fine.
Fine. The enthusiasm that he brings.
Brian hasn't
Off
bought
of
any
the charts.
showcases in 4 days. He's
He's got the itch.
No.
going through withdrawal.
It's 6. 6 days.
6 days of what?
I haven't bought a showcase in 6 days.
Oh, well.
No, you bought a showcase over the weekend.
Friday.
Friday night.
6 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was
not
on
wrong.
Saturday, admittedly.
6 days.
No, yeah, he bought it when we were at the K2D hangout.
I think 5 days.
He sold the Lando and then immediately was like, I have to buy 2 now.
The guy that I sold it to was an avid collector. I couldn't let him.
Oh, that's right. You bought it to get above. Yeah.
Yes.
You were
I
at
had
like
to buy
51
2.
and he was at like 52, right?
So I had to buy 2.
You were both at 51. Then you sold him the Lando. He was at 52, I think.
Yeah.
And then you had to buy 2. That makes
had to buy
sense.
2.
I mean, the math says what the math says.
Vader came
Yeah.
in today. Looks great.
Yeah, I'm sure
Nice.
Vader looks sick.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Hold
And
on.
you're back. You're missing some back there. You took some out to play with.
The one I'm missing is in your hands, good sir.
How dare?
How
How
dare
dare.
you?
Yeah, that looks sick.
Ooh.
It's pretty.
Nice.
I'm very excited to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm more excited to play my Poe in a Poe.
With both
On a
pose.
Poe.
Wearing.
You better be using the OP border one with the exact art.
I am.
Good. I actually really like the art. That's one of the ones where it's a shame that there's a
There's a border around
green
it.
border on it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as you can tell, as we've been alluding to, we're fresh off of Richmond sector
Mhm.
qualifier. All 4 of us went. We drove down Friday and then drove back. He's got the foil too. The OP. Look at that. And then where's your
Poe
map,
and a
dude?
Poe and a Poe and a Poe on my Poe.
Where's your participant?
It's in my bag.
Yeah, I actually really like the Poe crate or soft
I already
box.
do.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
pretty
I
cool
think it's
looking.
pretty nice.
It's got the black one.
It's got the black one as the
I
box.
just feel
Yeah.
like I would crush it somehow.
I pulled it out and I set it on my desk, and all I saw on the top, lighting's kind of weird, I guess,
Yeah, the
was like
lighting's
this
not-
mark, and I was like, did I puncture a hole in it already? And then I looked at it, I was like, oh no, it's just the artwork of the
Oh,
top of the
canopy.
X-wing going through. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, we went to Richmond. We drove up Friday. We drove back Sunday after we were all kind of done playing our games. None of us really wanted to stay to the end to do pods. We kind of, we played plenty of SWO, right? It was a good time. But I mean, I guess how do we even want to jump into it? I mean, Friday we did
Well,
the
first things first, I threw up on the car ride there.
I wasn't sure if you wanted me to mention that, so I was gonna.
Elephant in the room. I got motion sick and barfed all over the back of Jack's car.
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
hours into the drive.
We weren't even past Baltimore yet.
No, so we had to deal with that. We had to deal with that little. It was the acidity. What did it smell like, Brian? It smelled like those
Root beer Mike and Ike's.
The root beer Mike
root beer
and Ike's,
Mike
yeah.
and Ike's.
If you
Yeah,
can imagine what that smells like, regurgitated.
that's what it smelled like.
3 hours of that in the car on the way there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was in heaven.
Brian got some friendly fire because he was in the
A
A
back
little
seat.
bit. A little bit.
Those are my only pants for the weekend.
It was
I had shorts the rest of the weekend. It
Me
got
too.
cold. Yeah, it got cold.
Yeah.
it was really funny too because like the rest of us are known, for having a beer. People were like, "Did Scott drink?" And we're like, "No, actually, he's the one
No.
who doesn't
Yeah.
drink in the group."
We even pulled over and got Dramamine because I was starting to feel motion sick, and then that didn't do shit.
Yeah.
We usually just get sick there, you know.
Yeah, I feel like that's a better idea.
Yeah, sometimes. Other times, maybe not so much, as I can attest.
Depends on the extent.
Mhm.
Depends if you're banned from a bar in Minnesota.
Oh, Brian
might be.
Allegedly.
Minnesota.
It might be.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, we drove the whole way. Thankfully, it didn't rain or bad weather or anything, so we pretty much had the windows down.
It rained inside.
For So that,
Yeah,
that was how
that's
our
really
week.
Really weird regurgitated. I had a rhubarb tart for breakfast that morning.
It
Lovely.
was a cacophony of smells.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun times.
Great way to start the trip.
Yeah.
We've had some, Flock drove us to the wrong store. Scott thrown up. We've had some interesting beginning of road trips of.
It's not a bit.
It's Brian's turn now.
Please
This is
don't
next.
manifest that.
Don't
because
put that
I-
evil on him, Ricky Bobby.
It will happen.
He's gonna get like tackled
full circle.
by a air marshal on the way to Minnesota.
I think that's tame for what I was expecting.
You'll get disappeared by ice.
That seems realistic.
But yeah, so we got to the event. We got there eventually.
Allegedly.
This time, we all had PTSD from Gen Con of like booking late and being like 25, 30 minutes away. Because, FFG announced a little later, most of the housing was taken up. So we were outside the city limits a little bit. So we were nice and close this time. We were like a block and a half. It was great to just like wake up and walk. But weird that all the coffee shops opened at 9. And so that
That
worked
seems
out
weird.
Saturday, but Sunday did
Yeah.
Sunday did not because day 2 and the promo event both started at 9 o'clock. Yeah, we got there, went to the KTOD event. It was great seeing a lot of people. Got to connect with some other like content creators and put some like faces to names in the Discord that we know. And great seeing Maddie as always and Alex. And then Tata was spending time with his in-laws, so he didn't come and show his face at his own brand's meetup.
Yeah.
I can't believe that guy.
It's always funny. It's like you're putting faces to names to Discord names. You have to get all 3.
It's usually the actual name that I forget. It'll be the face to the
that's-
Discord.
That's true.
unless
Flock doesn't put anything
it's
to
like me or you, Scott, or where
Yeah.
it's like your name is pretty much
Well, Flockton too.
Flockton as well. Yeah. Brian's the
Brian. That is Brian's government name.
Scuttlebutt.
Scuttlebutt.
It's my
Scuttle.
middle name, actually. It's the name of my father's father.
Owned the Scuttle Shack growing up.
That's right.
But yeah, I went there and then we showed up. So, I mean, who wants to jump in? Saturday was the event. There was just under 600 people. It was like 594, something like that. The biggest
Yeah.
Star Wars Unlimited
Pretty
event
cool.
to date. I mean, it was also just awesome walking into the convention center and just like the prize walls here, vendors there. There's like all the arts like down the side, like
Vendor singular.
singular vendor. They had enough though too, which was nice.
Yeah.
I went and grabbed
They
sleeves
were wheeling
later.
and dealing all weekend.
Yeah,
That case was filling up and emptying pretty regularly.
yeah.
You know what I would really like, and this is a holdover from Flesh and Blood, is them having artists there
Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool.
to sign cards, sign playmats, and things like that.
It might have just been in Europe. There was like something recently where I'm pretty sure an artist like showed up to, but it wasn't like FFG. It might have been like the organized play in Europe. People that like run the events. That's not necessarily FFG. Had somebody come, I think, to Milan, maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, but that would be pretty cool, and definitely like with that many people in the room, you could validate the artist would definitely make money.
Yeah. And there was like plenty of space for more things like
Yeah.
that. Like the back half of the room was pretty open, but then also just like literally down the sides. Like you could have had booths lining the road. Not that you necessarily need that many, because
No,
at some point, right? If there's 10 vendors, none of them are probably going to make any money.
no, yeah, I don't necessarily know if you need more than one vendor, but
Yeah.
like unless you're gonna have like say like Metal Fab Token was there selling tokens.
Oh yeah, that would be
like a
cool.
That would be a different situation. But yeah, you can get away with the one vendor. I just thought it would have been more economical of space to have some additional attractions there.
No, I agree. But yeah, I mean, yeah, walking in was cool. They did through like all the announcements. They kind of introduced themselves. Ron got up and talked. Jonah introduced himself, the head judge.
They told us our Obi-Wans were not there.
Yeah, Corey got up, and told us Obi-Wan to check in by 4 p.m. that our Obi-Wans would be there, and I was like,
That means literally someone forgot them at like SCG headquarters and had to drive to like Roanoke, Virginia to get them and back.
where is their headquarters? Roanoke, Virginia.
I think they have something in Roanoke, Virginia, and that kind of puts together the timeline because that's like 6 hours back, three there, 3 back.
Gotcha. Yeah. I don't know what it was. They still don't have any of the Game Genic stuff in for the top 8 or the tokens, which apparently all got hit by like tariff stuff. So that's
Yeah,
why that's
gonna
all.
be fun.
And yeah.
Solid.
But at least the participant stuff is, at least you're appeasing 600 people, whereas the
Yeah.
top 8 mats only,
Yeah.
makes 8 people mad.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine if we showed up and we didn't get our participant or our VIP mat? Close your shield gates.
I would have been pretty salty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salt factory.
I was salty when they said you're not getting the Obi-Wan and it's going to be here in a couple hours.
It did come in faster, at least, which was because at first they were like, come back at like 4 or 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was like around noon and they announced, they're like, hey, if you want to come get your Obi-Wans, they're here. And it was kind of nice because then it was just like a flow of people like throughout
Yeah,
the
it
day
wasn't
going
like
to
a
get it. It
mad
wasn't like a
dash.
big rush at 5 o'clock when everybody's leaving as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, we got them. It all worked out, but it was just very funny to sit down. It's like the player meeting's happening at, 9:50, and it's just like, yep, the big participation prize is not here yet. But it was there. It worked out. Nobody left without getting it at least, which
Unless
is
someone
good.
forgot to pick it up.
Yeah, there was a rumor that somebody got DQ'd round 1, so I wonder if they got theirs. Somebody said they played the person and they had 49. It was a random deck check. They had 49 cards in their deck. They had 11 total cards in sideboard, 1 being a base, and it was just like a modge podge of just weirdness that they just instantly got DQ'd. I guess, which kind of feels harsh a little bit. I don't know.
That is harsh.
I don't know. Someone also got a game loss for bringing the Game Genic double pods and having like one deck in one and one in the other. So if you're going to an event, bring a singular
dumb.
thing.
Yeah, you cannot have cards that are not in your deck holder.
Yep. I literally even the Obi-Wan and the
promos.
Kylos, I put them
Yeah,
in a
they
separate.
gotta go into
separate
a different thing.
Yeah. Day 2 I only brought my one deck pod for the deck I was playing, and I went and found Flock, and I was like, "Can you put my Kylo in your thing?" And now he still has it, and he won't give it back.
Oh,
He's
I
holding
do
it
still have it.
hostage.
No, I gave it back to you.
He didn't.
Oh, I didn't. Oh.
The witless wonder.
Oh, I don't know.
From the
Oh,
mouth of
bad.
I don't know. This isn't what I want to hear.
This
I
is
was going to
getting
sell that
worse.
thing.
Oof. Where is it?
Just Venmo me $100. Say you bought it.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he comes up to me, just gives it to me, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I eventually later convinced Brian that some random dude
I
just
was like,
dropped
who
it
would
off.
trust you with that card?
Flock was the only one at the end when I was looking for one of you guys.
Who would trust Flockton with?
You can end that sentence however you want.
Yeah,
Still wouldn't.
Yeah. But yeah, so
not even his own breakfast sandwiches.
that he left out and then had to microwave.
There he goes.
And
Nah.
he's going to
he's
the
off.
bathroom.
Well, now he's hyper fixated on the fact that he has my
Yeah,
Kylo, so he's probably going to walk around the
can't
house
let it
until
go.
he finds it.
Yep, there
He's
it
got
is.
his backpack.
Oh snap! I do have it. Wait for it.
Let's
Wait
see
for
if
it.
I have it.
Wait for it.
I thought I gave it back. Oh yeah, I do.
I was like, you better, man. I already went through all my stuff. I don't.
Oh man, I
it
thought I
ain't
gave
here.
it to you.
All right. So who wants to jump in for day 1? I guess I'll go last since I made day 2 and just doing a one jumble.
Spoiler alert, bro.
Spoilers.
Yeah, nobody.
I'll
knew
go
about that.
first.
Just jump to the end.
I'll go first. So I decided that I was going to bring my favorite character in all of Star Wars, Wedge Antilles. So I brought a Wedge red deck. I was kind of like, all right, so long as Wedge isn't absolutely horrible, I'm bringing him to at least one event, one big event. And I did bring him. And he did not do that well. When I played through the whole tournament just because what else was I going to do? I didn't feel like spending money for pods because I didn't really care about like hoarding tickets or anything like that. I ended up going, 3-8? No, 3-5 out of the 8 games. That's pretty darn bad.
3-8. I was like, what are you playing? Just back alley games after everybody crowded
it? Just ran into too many decks that were just a little too controlly. Like I ran into a Bosk Red, which that is essentially like unwinnable. But then on the other side, I ran into a Palp on Datava where I killed him before he did anything. Like, yeah, he triple ramped and got to 8, but he was dead by 5 with me on 5. So and that happened 2 games in a row. So that was the only like real blowout of the weekend where I was like, oh, sorry, buddy. See you later. Hope you have a nice weekend. But no, I had some really great opponents. Like all of my opponents were really great. Games were pretty good for the most part, except for those 2 rounds, the Bosk Red and then the Palpatine Datava on the other side. Couldn't get enough traction with the deck. Too many people had in main deck answers to things Wedge does, but they were in their deck for other opponents. Like they weren't teching for Wedge. It just sort of like he got hit by the ancillary fire. And that's how you end up 3 and 5.
Got hit with the bamboozles. The
Got hit
traders
with the
is
bamboozles, got hit with the trade, just, like people, playing like the hardest control possible. Obviously, everyone with blue stacked up with what's the 5 cost card that you take control?
no glory,
and
only results.
only results like that.
Yeah.
Just got hit with that. Too many times of playing say like a blue villain deck, and first turn or second turn, Power of the Dark Side. Okay, whatever. Drop something else. Third turn, Power of the Dark Side. Okay, whatever. Drop something else. Get a Chewbacca on something. No glory, only results. I'm like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
So too much of that. Didn't get to play any of the decks. Well, I mean, I played a Kaz yellow deck, Kaz red. So like, I wanted to play more aggro decks because I felt like I could get under them, like in testing with that deck. Like it did well into Sabine, especially like after side decking in confiscates to make sure that they don't get off like the Dark Saber. But I didn't play any Sabines, so did not play what I wanted to play.
Yeah.
I can go next. So I went on Yoda Red. I had a showcase, wanted to play him. Been messing with him. He's been fun. I like to use the 4 stuff. I was on the yellow version with. Now there are 2 of them, but the red is more consistent, so I stuck with that. Basically, I went 4 and 3, and my 3 losses were all to Cad Bane, 2 Tarkentown, 1 green.
Oh wow.
I just couldn't.
I didn't realize that.
I won all my other rounds, except I just couldn't beat a Cad. So I thought I would be fine in the matchup, just because I played a lot of Cad. That I thought I would know it, but just literally I walked into everything, not purposely trying to avoid it, but just knowing that there's no way around some of the stuff, like the 4 Zuckus combo stuff. So yeah, but it was fun. I had a lot of fun. A lot of people were not used to the deck, so they were still confused on what I was actually doing, which was nice. A few of the rounds, everyone was really nice. Talking afterwards, I think every opponent I usually just end up talking to them for like 10 minutes after the rounds. And hey, you guys bet that I would not go to time. I would go to time in all my rounds, not once. I was done quick sometimes.
We didn't necessarily say all, but we were like, what's the over-under? We wanted to place bets on that.
Yeah, place the bets. Zero.
Is it because you just lost so fast?
No, a lot of them. Okay. Yeah, the CAD ones were quick just because it's CAD. But yeah, I think the only one went long was actually the Rex deck. But that was just because I think the player was a little bit newer. So like, was a little bit slower, and I was trying to go quick. I was like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. Force.
Cool. You were alive at one point too. Yeah, you were like 4-1, weren't you?
Yeah, I was 4-1. I got a lot of lucky stuff with the You Are My Only Hope. Sometimes I have 2 of them, and then I just do the Yoda stuff, and I'd be dropping Obi-Wan 4 resources, and then like Luke on 5 resources, and then Redemption on 6 resources. It's just pumping those big things out really quickly, get a lot of board state with a lot of interactions is fun. So, and I did notice someone playing with Yoda, having 1-ofs, I've said this multiple times while there, like having 1-ofs feel a lot better than normally, just because you get to cycle through with a lot of, you got the Yoda cycling Yoda, or R2-D2 cycling through. So I saw my 1-ofs a lot more than I thought I was going to.
That makes sense.
And I know some of them, you weren't on it, but I know some of these red-blue package have run the Stila Guerrera. When you play, you could do 2 to your base and then search for tactic and like top 10 cards or something. Like I know the Yoda red that made day 2 was running that. So it's like not only does Yoda just filter, you also then have a card that can draw you whatever tactic you need in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool deck. Red-blue hero is a good combo.
Yeah.
A lot of good force stuff, and then you get like force throws, pillage, and then
heck yeah.
You used to have K2s, but now, like we talked pregame, it's a little scary for the same card Scott mentioned earlier of No Glory.
Yep.
That is, I don't want that happening.
That's such a blowout.
Yep.
definitely isn't fun. Happened to me a few times, but like I went with the like let's put Chewbacca and K2 in the deck, and that way if they hit one, I can get the other in.
Yeah.
Redundancy.
Yeah. Though I think I'd feel worse if I played K2 and then they discarded me. So now they 1-for-2'd me.
Yep.
Chewbacca, it's like at least I ate it. Well, I guess if you put it on a ship and they do it, then
It's
they
always
still
one-
1-for-2'd.
yeah,
But
it's
if you
1-for-2.
you almost just have to play him naturally sometimes in these blue villain decks.
Mm-hmm.
They just a 5/6 body on the ground. Yeah.
He's great if you get him down before they start drawing like the power of the dark sides, and they don't have, they just if they see like takedowns and things like that until they have the no glory only results, like you're just murderizing their base.
Yep. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I chose to be a little adventurous this time around. I had no particular amount of reps with anything. I played Ray Tarkentown the week of, like, we recorded on Monday, and I was like, I'm going to take Ray Tarkentown, and then Flockton absolutely smashed my face. And I was like, I don't have the rest for that. It's kind of complicated. So I ended up playing a more complicated deck. I put all the showcases I own in a randomized wheel, and I spun the wheel, and I got Dr. Aphra. I have gone on record publicly saying Dr. Aphra is dog water. Terrible. No good. Can't sell shoes. So I was like, I'll spin the wheel again. And it was Iden. And I was like, no, I'm not playing that at a tournament. I spun the wheel a third time. It was Hera. And I was like, I'm not supposed to win this. So I put it all on a poll in our Discord, and Aphra won. So I put together a little Aphra data vault action going on. And my goal with the deck was basically just to take one win. Not a best of three, a singular game win. And I'm happy to say that I overperformed by quite a lot. I ended up going 3-3 and then dropping because 6 best of 3 with Aphra is more than I ever want to play in my life again. I'll probably play her again at some point because I kind of, she grew with me. I jammed a bunch of reps this past week, and I really made the deck my own. And people were actually coming up to me after every round going like, how's the Aphra doing? You winning? And some people were very happy that I won. And some people were starting to get a little upset that I won. Because I think at some point, like, if your record is worse than a Dr. Aphra, what you doing?
I mean, Wedge had an equal amount of wins to Dr. Aphra. Like,
Yeah.
That's where I ended my weekend.
So I felt pretty good about how I played. I got, three wins. And there were 2-0s, too. Like, it wasn't like I, fumbled my way to victory. It was very convincing. So I lost to a Ray Colossus round 1. I beat a Rex Data Vault round 2. I beat a Quinlan Tarkentown round 3. I lost to a Kira Data Vault 1-2. I took a game off that Kira. Beat a CAD Tarkentown 2-0. I lost to a CAD Lake Country 0-2, and that's when I dropped because I had enough. I was done. But it was a ton of fun. I gave up my tokens. I enjoyed myself immensely. People were coming up to me, like, cheering me on. I was the highest placing Aphra at, like, 280 something. It was not a good place.
There were 2 of you.
There was 2 of us, and I took the dub. So it was a ton of fun.
That deserves a showcase.
That's what I heard. Unplayable guys said it too. So it must be true. Yeah, it was a blast. I don't think I would bring her to another event, but like it seems like it's all I can talk about this week. Our Discord is popping off.
Our Discord has only talked about Aphra and Holdo for the last like week and a half.
Yeah, that's just Alan.
Yeah. Well, that's also based off you. It's from your article.
It is my article. I also gave him an updated list today, so he stands half a chance at taking that down.
Yeah.
At least a win or two. I'd feel bad if he didn't get a win or two. But Alan likes to give away wins too. I don't know what Alan will win and be like. I don't want it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But
there for the love of the game.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun. I enjoyed myself, and I think the event was great. And we can get into that a little later, but ton of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we forgot to tell them about the best part of the weekend, the bed situation.
Oh no, we can't.
Yeah,
we don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, right. Hotel rooms normally they're like next to each other. Ours were toes were touching.
You ever seen
toes
Willy
were
Wonka
touching. There's a
and the
little
Chocolate
divider
Factory?
in the middle, but
yeah, it was like Willy Wonka. It was like the grandparents' bed in Willy Wonka.
Yeah, I'm like laying there looking at my phone. I put my phone down for a second. I just see like Brian and Scott looking at me. Just like, yeah, back to the phone.
How you doing? It was the most intimate GDP hang I've ever had.
Flock
Yep.
sitting there blasting King of the Hill on his
That's my
iPad.
purse. I don't know you.
I don't
I
know
don't
you.
know you. I don't know you.
We also forgot to mention that at the KTOD meetup, it was a local brewery place, and Flock
Oh
walks
my
up to the
God.
bartender and goes, "Do you have anything local?" And she's like,
Well, we make all our own
"We
beer
make
here,
all
so
our own beer."
I
yeah.
didn't know it was a brewery.
So
It's
yeah,
called
we do.
Dingo. I was like,
We do
that's
have
maybe a
local beer
bar.
here.
But yeah, cool. Yeah, Golden Dice holds the highest placed Aphra at the largest event.
Hey, yo.
People were talking about it all over the place this week. Playable mentioned it. The Tabletop Royale guys mentioned it. Someone actually, I walked out of the bathroom and someone stopped me and asked me if I was the Aphra guy and to send them their list because they bought the Aphra showcase at the one vendor at the event.
And then
So-
you met it. So we met up with.
Ah,
We saw two people playing Destiny, and we immediately
Yeah.
were like, "Destiny," and so we started talking to them. And the one guy, I don't remember their names.
RexCon
Yeah, RexCon
in
in our
our
Discord.
Discord, the king of the Aphras.
He joined because he said he had been working on Aphra for a long time and playing it, and now it's like in our deck threads, Aphra's like the most commented. Or no, Mono Yellow Kaz has like good amount, but Aphra's probably like second place at this point.
It's popping off tonight. I was going crazy about it.
Yeah,
You monster.
yeah.
I am become meme. Elon Musk, 2025.
Yeah. No, that was fun.
45
I feel like
comments.
you found your niche of
Masochism.
I had a great time
of
with it,
showing
and
up to tournaments.
I had a great time with it, and I complained all weekend.
He had such a great time that he couldn't finish out the tournament.
Yeah, that he dropped.
It was a great time, but I was not playing 8 rounds of that.
Well, you drafted after, right?
Oh yeah, I did
Yeah,
a
you
draft.
did
I did
some
a
stuff.
draft with the FFG folks that were there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
didn't
but
get
you
to play
didn't
them,
beat one
but-
of them.
Huh?
You didn't get to beat one of them.
I know. I was so bummed. I drafted across from Maddie and then like 2 down from Ron. So
And then you didn't play either of them.
nah,
To collect the bounty,
bounties
get a
were
play mat.
mats. Yeah, the bounties were like the Kylo mat, the Cody mat.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah, that's 1,000 tickets right there.
Mhm.
Worth of whatever.
Price of admission.
Yeah.
Come on, Jack. The people's
Yeah,
champion.
show us all up, Jack.
Yeah, I played Kira Datava. I
No
was
chaser.
playing a bunch of Quinlan in the lead up to the event, but I just didn't love where Quinlan was at in the meta. I think he's a good reactive aggro deck, and when the highest deck played was 10%, was Sabine, I think it was. Like that just shows how kind of open the field was a little bit. So I just opted not to do it. Still a good deck. And so yeah, I played Kira Datava, and I was talking with Woo, and he was kind of the one who was just like, "Yeah, the deck's kind of cracked." And then so I saw like Maddie was talking about it, so Maddie and I chatted a bunch, especially Friday night about the deck. And then while we were there, we met across against the Galaxy, excuse me, who was the team that Will was a part of, who Will took the event down with Sabine. But we know like Nikki back from Destiny, and then Flock knows him especially because he was up in Albany for a little bit playing him there. So it is nice that we can share trauma with Nikki of Flock, especially in Destiny. Oh, what do I need to roll? Yeah, okay, I rolled it. I win. Thank you. So it was good talking to them Friday night, but then I sit down and I play against one of them, Michael, and he was on Sabine ECL. He crushed me. Both games I just didn't get my answers for Chewy, and then like game 2, he forced me to use one of my answers earlier, and then he dropped the Chewy after. So it was like, all right, I drew one out, but I had to use it on something else. I think I like Trader or something else, and then he dropped it on the other thing. So I started out and lost. So I was like, oh my gosh. And I think I literally went up to you guys after that round. I was like, if I bomb out of this event with Kira, never, ever let me play Kira again, because I didn't do well at Gen Con with her. But then I sat down across from Han Yellow, and just with no DJ, I wasn't as worried, especially like in early tech if they had to play it. There's not really anything from the Smuggle Row that I care about when they're at 4 resources type thing. So I got that. And I played 2 Sabine yellows day 1 as well, beat them. I played a set 1 Darth Vader on Datava, and I just had a lot more bigger things and to play from him. Obviously, Vader deploying was a little scary, but I kind of tried to use my Kira to take out the Vader or have like a Rivals Fall for that. Played a Cad Bane Tarkentown. Didn't have too much issue with that. I played Anakin Colossus, which game 1 actually went to mill, and then I just won game 2 outright. And then I ended day 1 playing against a Kylo Tarkentown. And now I could have drawn this round to guarantee a day 2, but it would have killed my breakers going into day 2 at 6-1-1 to try to make top 8. And that was kind of my goal. Like, I felt confident that at my 6-2 record I was going to get in. So I was just like, I want to shoot for the stars. But he almost beat me in game. I 2-0'd it, but he almost beat me game 2. The line that he was going to take is that he was going to force choke his own fifth brother to draw himself a card because he was trying to find burn in his deck. And if he did that, he would have drawn Chaos of War, which is deal damage equal to the cards in hand. And I had like 6 at the time, which would have then killed me. So it was just very funny to have that line. If he did that, that would have been a lot better because then he did something else, and then I dropped the top target on his fifth brother, and then I killed it with like a Power of the Dark Side or something, and then healed 6, and then I just won the game after that. But if I would have died to him force choking his own unit to draw Chaos of War, I mean, I don't know how mad I would have been. I would probably have been mad on some level, but that would have been a sick play to lose
Yeah,
to.
that would have been pretty funny.
And then so I finished 7-1 on day 1, just losing that first round, so 0-1 to 7 straight, and then start day 2, I play against Gar Yellow, and I 2-0 that. I feel like that's a pretty comfortable matchup. The shields can definitely be a little annoying in certain situations, like it makes things like overwhelming barrage or even like my ambushers, like Vader and Maul, a little bit frustrating. But the blue removal just gets around shields, takedown, fells, Power of the Dark Side, devastating gunship takes care of smaller ones too. So that wasn't too crazy of an issue. And then I played Mephisto, who is I know from the Destiny days. He's a part of Boston Network now. And he was on Cad Tarkentown. So I actually was like half excited at the sense of the matchup because I beat it earlier. It's like, just really make sure you have removal for Cad Bane when they capture your units, and you should be fine, whether that's a power or a fell, if you have another maul in hand or things like that. But I won game 1, and then he sided in Lurking Ties, and I just didn't have an answer for them at all. I had an answer for 1, but game 2 he played 3, game 3 he played 2. So it was just like I almost had like PTSD after the tournament where I'm like, I want to side in 3 entrenched, 3 make an opening. I got to get them in my sideboards. I can't deal with those things. But it was funny because even if he plays 1, I could have traitorsed it, and then now I could blank his pings, which is very funny to think about. But the only time I played a traitorous, he had another one out, and he also had a cartel spacer out. So I was like, I almost can't even take a lurking tie because then he just kills it with the cartel, and then he still has a cartel and another lurking. So I think I took the cartel and then rammed it into the other 2. But yeah, so he reverse sweep me there, and then I played Crawl, who's another Destiny guy who now is Boston Network as well, and that was a mirror. We didn't finish game 2. He won game 1 on mill. And then the last round, I played against Crispy from Boston Network. So I 0-3 the Boston Network to end the day. A little rough out there. But Crispy, this one was awesome. I was actually excited for him to win this as well because it meant that he got the Han Solo from set 2 showcase because he was Han 2 Data Vault. And it was like a super interesting deck. Just a lot of value plays, playing things early. Champs and Duel, like if I resupply, then he can play Champs and Duel at 3 resources as well for like a resupply that leaves behind a 5-2 body with Han's ability.
Slightly better.
Yeah, slightly better. So he had that. Even, just like playing Poe to like spread out, cancel my Power of the Dark Sides, Mon Mothma into Bright Hopes to like draw a bunch. And then the one power card that I liked a lot was Rebellious Hammerhead, which is when played, deal damage equal to cards in your hand. And it's like if he's getting that cycle going of Mon Mothma and Bright Hope, it's like that thing can come down and just hit for like 7. And then he dropped crates, and then it was really hard to come back from. And then I stabilized one game, but then he timely Poe to discard and deal 2 to my base to close it out right before I could attack with my Walker to heal. And so I got to 8-1, and I finished 8-4, came like 40th or 42nd, I think it was what it was. And it feels bad to end on an 0-3 slide, but if you were to offer me that at the start of the tournament, I'm pretty sure I would have taken that just to get day 2. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
starting off 0-1, you're like, you're
Yeah.
very happy for that.
yeah, so it's hard to be mad overall. Obviously, I'm very happy with playing that. Kira Datava did great. Kylo looks great. One day I'll get it again. Actually,
Very-
be in
I
possession.
did great. I did great.
But yeah, once I lost, once that last round was done, I got my 6 packs for top 64 or whatever it was, and then opened them all to extreme disappointment because they were all terrible. And then we dipped because you guys finished the promo tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How was that?
I
It's
played
fine.
Wedge again, and it was the same.
What was it, 4 rounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went 1 and 3.
I also
went
went 1 and 3.
2.
Right, what'd you play? Oh, you played Boba, didn't you?
Boba. Yeah. I played him
just
for
played
the
Yoda
first
again.
time, and I forgot my trigger. I never forgot a trigger, but I forgot my triggers against Flock in the
Yeah,
practice
you did.
game.
Because you were so triggered.
Yeah.
When I play Flock, I just like my mind goes somewhere else. I don't know.
It's like you gotta disassociate to survive.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
And also, was this during the tournament when Flock was saying, "I'll take the Brian"?
Yeah, Flock started. Flock put the poker chip with my face on it and kept saying, "I'll take the Brian, I'll take the Brian." And then a Bootstrap from our Discord was playing Flock, and I just kept hearing, "Brian, yep, I'll pass. Brian, yep, I'll pass. Brian, yep, I'll pass." And I was like, "What? What? Oh, right, you're playing the. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, a little bit.
Pretty funny.
Funny.
Yeah, shout out to Bootstrap too. He's a good company.
And I almost wish there was a way I could have like paid registration for the tournament just to get the 6, because then I had to waste some of my tickets to get 2 more Hans, because that was what I wanted. I wanted to place at a Hans.
Yeah.
Well, you
Uh,
probably could have just paid the registration to get the 6.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it, but also I feel like that's kind of like
The prize wall was
Was it-
weird.
what was it, like $40 for that entry? How much
50.
did that cost?
50.
It was 50.
50? Yeah,
Plus
probably.
tax was 55.
Yeah, probably not. But in theory, I could have, I guess.
What, do you want my Han?
No, I bought 2 off the prize well, because I ended up with, so making day 2, you got 1,000 tickets. Participation in the event got you 300 for the main event, so I walked away with 1,300. So I bought 2 Hans. I bought the first 3 pins, like the whatever the set.
Pins.
Why I can't even think of the names. What's set 1 called?
Spark
Spark Rebellion.
Spark of Rebellion.
Yeah, Shadows of the Galaxy and
long's this
Twilight of the
game been
Republic.
out?
I bought those pins. I'm hoping to get the other ones at Minnesota probably. And then I forget. You got a Kylo mat. I'm trying to remember what else.
Take ibuprofen together.
Let's take ibuprofen together. Yeah, I got a few like just random things. I didn't really want like another playmat. The Shield Gates was the playmat that I probably wanted the most, and that was the VIP we got. So
Mm-hmm.
I actually wanted the Scramble Fighters more than the Shieldgate. I like because I just am a villain player more than a hero player.
you probably could have worked that. Like stuff like that. If you don't like the VIP mat, you could almost like stand at the thing and you hear somebody about, oh, you're about to buy Close the Shield Gates. Well, do you want this one? And then give me your
Get the
1,000
Scramble
tickets so I can
Fighters,
buy
I'll give you
Scramble.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I used the Shieldgate for most of the tournament anyway, and then I swapped the Poe halfway through. I don't know.
It's nice, Matt.
Maybe that was my issue. I was like a mess with all of my accessories. Day 1, I swapped between the KTOD mat and the participant mat. And then day 2, I did just Close the Shield Gate mat. So I did doing the Poe and the KTOD made me lose 1 and then win out. And then doing the Close the Shield Gate made me win 1 and then lose out. And then I also swapped sleeves midway through the tournament because mine were starting to get beat up.
I walked up and he's unsleeving. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll help.
Yeah.
You're like the second person I had to help unsleeve because
Yeah.
we're just like splitting cards left and right.
That isn't the first time I've had to re-sleeve it because I think it was the New York PQ. I made top 8 and then like I was playing with the Game Genic ones. I was like, I can't do this anymore. These things are getting beat up in the corner. So I went and bought Dragon Shields and then sleeved them into that for Top Cut. And then I lost. So, maybe I should have.
That's
Serves you
you
right.
got some bad juju because
Yeah.
you're ditching the winning sleeves.
Yeah. I was ready to be like a little stitious if I lost the game after I swapped sleeves, but that was like round 4 or 5, I think, on day 1. So I still did well after that, at least. It was also nice that every single game up until round 10 was a 2-0. So either I lost 0-2 the first round, and then everything else was 2-0 after that. I never had a game 3 day 1.
That's good. I mean, yeah, because like you're playing a deck that goes a little long, so you get a little bit of a break if you go 2-0. If you go full 3 games, it's a little sweaty.
Yep.
A little sweaty. That was the best part about playing Wedge. I had time to burn. My first round, my opponent Cece and I, we had a nice long conversation afterwards because we had time.
Yeah. Yeah, I always saw you walking around. You're always coming and check on me, and then look at the game state, walk around, do something else.
Yeah, I can't watch like people play. As you know, I can't watch gameplay of friends for too long of a period of time. I just get weird about it, so I gotta like walk and check and walk and check and walk and check.
Same. I get anxious. There's a lot of times where I walked over and looked at what Jack was doing, and I was like, I can't watch this, especially with Kira, because it's so like you could be one turn.
This
away
guy
from
is
winning
dog
and
water.
still-
I can't watch him play one more turn of this.
you could be at 32 health, and I was like, oh no, and you pull it out, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't.
Yeah, because I thought you had the matchup, the mirror match into Kira, because when one of the times I walked over, you had 15 cards in your deck and he had 5.
Yeah.
And then he proceeds to hit all 3 of his vigilances.
Yep, and then he did triple vigilance, and that hit my 3rd vigilance in the mill.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's bad beats.
Even if we both got this, yeah, I mean, he basically had to not have vigilances for that for me to win that, because if we both milled out at the same time, I had like 10 damage on my base, and he had like 2 or something, so I was going to die first anyways. But yeah, no, I thought I had that pretty well, and then the triple vigilance happened, and I was like, okay, maybe not.
Thought you did. Thought wrong.
Yeah. I mean, overall too, though, I mean, I was happy. I mean, like 1,300 still like feels like a little low for playing like 12 rounds.
Yeah, for how many because you got to think the promo tournament they're giving you 300 per win.
Yeah. Like how much total? So how much did you guys walk away
It was
with? Total?
400 per win, Scott.
400 per win. Oh yeah, 400 per win. Because I just the one opponent that I beat, I just gave him 200 tickets because I only needed. I was like, I'll just get a carbonite pack or something.
Yeah.
So I only needed like another 200. So I wasn't about, and he needed 200 for something. So I wasn't about to like be weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, that feels really low because if that's the thing that you're doing, right? Like you have no opportunity to get more. You're capped at 1,300. Like there's no time to do another side event because we finished. I mean, we finished at like what 1? We left round 1. Maybe,
Yeah.
Like I in theory I could have done like an on-demand thing, but I didn't really, after playing 12 rounds.
Yep. Yeah. So that gets you a mat and a pin and a pack, like or any combination. It doesn't give you a lot of options.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
I feel like they should change it to be something like something per win in the main event at a certain point, certain threshold, because you want people to play in the main event.
They also probably want people to drop and pay money.
Yeah, that's also
to do the on-demand stuff.
Yeah, that might be the case.
Yeah, because I was thinking like, I wonder if it's like, all right, day 2 is only 500 tickets, but now each game they drop 300 tickets on the table, and it's like 200 and 100 for the person.
something.
Because then even if you 08, you're walking away with 800 tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the 300 participation. And you're getting a mat at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the best math economy for like to make sure. I'm sure that's it. Star City Games wants to make money and FFG wants to make money off the pods. Like what the best balance of that is. But yeah, I did have a little feel bad when I like ended the tournament and I had 1,300 and I was like, what do I get? What do I really want off this wall? The only 2 big things I knew I wanted was the 2 Hans, and then I wanted to start collecting the pins. So that's what I did. And then 100 left over, and I couldn't even get Spark Rebellion pack because that was 200. So I gotta, I gotta jump the Lightspeed pack, and it was dog water, trash.
Try to give it to me.
I think I threw them all away. I didn't even think there was a single hyperspace in that pack. Like, and in the 6 packs, I think I walked away with like a legendary and like 1 hyperspace, and I trashed everything else.
Yeah, that's what happens when you buy a bunch of boxes.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, not too pressed about that. But yeah, I mean, but the prize wall was a huge upgrade from Denver. I mean, they had the mats, which they had last time. They had the cards, the OP cards, like they had last time. but they didn't have the post soft crates at Denver, and they didn't have all the Game Genic stuff at Denver either. So we were also able to buy the deck pods, the Game Genic sleeves, the playmats that Game Genic sells, and then also the Twin Suns playmat was there as well, available for tickets, which was like, I mean, that's like an $80 mat you could have got
the
for
binders and everything were available.
Yeah,
too.
the binders too as well. Yeah.
Yep. Those,
So
Twin
yeah,
Suns
at
mats
least
went
at least
quick.
there was that, because without that, that would have been a little bit of a poultry mat. Oh, we just lost Brian.
Yeah. We can keep going. He should be able to just pop back in.
Yep. Then there was 3.
And then there was 3. Yeah, he's the prize wall guy.
I know he's all over that
So what did you guys grab from?
carbonite pack.
Yeah, I just did carbonite packs.
You guys didn't even get anything that crazy,
No.
did you?
No, because I only got 1,000 tickets total.
So what's that? 2 carbonates?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it
Rest of my
was.
luck, I got nothing good.
Yeah.
I got a Kylo.
You got a Kylo?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's got
yeah,
your
yeah.
Kylo.
Yeah. I was tempted to grab one of the Game Genic playmats because they were a little bit cheaper, and I actually really
they're
like
only
this
500.
the Scarif one. Sorry.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I was gonna pick up, but then I'm like, I have too many playmats.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was
I was like, I have
I
too
just
many
have
playmats,
too
and
many
I also
playmats.
have store credit, like at the store at our local game store. So it's like if I really
Yeah.
wanted it, I could just use store credit.
That's fair.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I was overall happy with the event. I think the improvements were like substantial. Like if I was at Denver, I think I would have been a little sad of making that trip for that prize wall and ticketing and cost of events as well.
I mean, I think like the major stumble at this event was the formatting of the main event.
Yeah, it was nice going down to 8 rounds, but the fact that they only did top 64.
Yeah, so you
Made
had
it weird.
8 X and 2s miss day 2. Could have been as high as like 20 or something like that, but it ended up being 8. And then they're running 4 rounds on the next day, so it's like you're running an extra round on the next day. So why not just do all the X and 2s?
Yeah. No.
Yep.
Seems like they split the difference between 2 options and kind of like took the worst of both.
Yeah, and I think like 8 people were either X and 2 or like
6 wins.
Well, you could do 5-0-3 as well. 3
I
draws
guess so.
because it was 18 points.
Yeah.
That missed as well. But they gave those people day 2 prize support, so I guess they got those people got Kylos as well.
Yeah, I mean that is almost like recognition of like, hey, we probably should have had you in the top 60, in the top day 2, but we didn't, so we're going to give you stuff.
Yeah. And even though even if they don't have a chance for top 8, like the reason I played it out as well was hoping because as soon as I lost to Mephisto in round 10 and I dropped to X2 early on in day 2, I was like, I really doubt my strength of schedule is going to get me in, even if I win out and finish 10-2. Losing the second round on day 2. But you have the opportunity for buys to pass down. And even again, I think it dropped down to 12th place buys just by who had it already and stuff like that. So it was like, even if somebody gets in at 6-2, if they 4-0, even if they don't make top 8, right, there's still a chance that they're playing for something important, which is a buy.
Yeah, and they might be playing even for their showcase too.
Their showcase as well. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Hello, boys.
Brian,
welcome
he's
back.
I don't know what happened. It wouldn't let me back in.
Oh no.
I've upset the Riverside gods.
He's back.
Yeah, we were talking about prize wall, and we were like, our prize wall guy went away.
Ah, sorry. Anyway, so the prize
The
wall.
one who has the most opinion.
I do have the most opinions on it. I was kind of let down by the prize wall.
Oh shit.
I won't lie to you. The prizes they have were good. I was just hoping for more. Now, I will supplement that by saying I was surprised to see the Game Genic accessories there available for like the Carpool Supreme Overlord binders were there for like 1,400 tickets. The Zip Up albums were there for like 800 tickets. The mats were there for 500 to 600 tickets. The Twin Suns mat was there for like a hot minute before it sold out. So that was neat. Other than that though, I didn't know what to spend my tickets on.
What would you have them add though?
What, the Game Genic accessories?
No, what else on the wall would you want that you'd be like this? is a good wall?
I don't know. I feel like they had the 5 promos, the pins, the mats, and like packs. I just was hoping they had like a couple more promos. I don't know. I think 5's. I guess it's fine for a sector. I don't know. Maybe I just want more than I get all the time. Maybe I'm never satisfied.
Honestly, it probably feels a million times better if there's not OP borders on those promos, and they also like it's a better selection of the promos too. Like,
I was whelmed. I don't know. I don't use
yeah,
Akbar. I
getting
don't
like a Callus and a
use
Chewbacca, it's
Callus. I
like,
don't use
yeah, okay.
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Like I got 3 of the Han Solos because I'll probably use those eventually, and then everything else I could take it or leave it. Maybe I would have gotten Red 3 if I cared
Yeah,
enough.
red 3's usable.
Yeah, Red 3's fine. It's like one of those cards that's like fallen out of favor of the meta, but
Mhm.
it's like at least it was relevant and
Yeah.
has a role it could play, whereas Callus and Chewie and Akbar haven't.
Yeah. The mats were neat, but they're so expensive. Like if you're getting something and it's a mat, that's probably all you're getting. Because the amount of tickets that it takes to get, and again, I don't know how people, rightfully so, were so outraged by that $2,000 price or 2,000 ticket price. That's absurd because getting that is absurd and expensive. Like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you're paying for the main event, you're paying for side events. I did the side tournament, a draft, and the main tournament, and I walked away with a mat and a soft crate and 1 promo card. Like that's
was
not
what,
a
Plus
lot.
the other
1,500?
other VIP promos and stuff.
Yeah. So
Is what 1,000 plus 300 for the soft crate, 200 for
200 for
Han.
the soft crate, 200 for Han, and then 1,000 for the mat. So 1,400. That's not a
Oh,
lot.
the soft crate was 200.
Yeah. So that's not a lot. Like I don't think that particularly feels good if I'm doing 3 events and I walk away with a card, a box, and a mat.
The value of the one though was you got 1,000 tickets worth of things
Yes.
of the promos
yes.
built into the cost at least.
Yeah, but that was also a $50 tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to quantify those things. I personally am not going to use the majority of those promos. So do I care?
Honestly, they get worse. I think for Minnesota.
I think
Minnesota's
are
bunches.
worse. They're terrible.
Really?
They're not good. So Count
Dude,
Dooku.
I
we said
mean,
was
Dooku and
good.
Fire Spray
isn't
is
usable
probably
anymore.
the best, but they keep banning all the fat leaders.
So
Yeah. Who knows how long it's going to be around?
So
yeah.
But to be fair, that makes it easier to not care about those things and get something else, right? It makes my decision making easier because those promos are kind of weak, you know.
Yeah, like this event, I wouldn't actually have minded walking away with like 3 Akbar, 3 Red 3 Han, and like maybe 3 Chewie. But the other one, it's like the only one I would even care about 3 of is Dooku, because I do think he's at least good in the roles that he fills.
Mandalorian armor.
Flock, get
what are we
out.
doing?
It honestly looks terrible. The fact, like, it's
Yeah.
it's like a blue helmet with like the blue bordering. I'm just like,
It looks
like
like
this
someone
thing is
spilled
just
a
made out of
bottle of
blue
ink on
milk.
it. Like,
yes.
Yeah, we need more of the Obi-Wan Kenobi artwork.
it's
for those guys.
bad. It's bad.
Well,
and
we're
it's
getting so what the participation is. It's either Ray or Palp, and then whatever the other one is, the Kylo. I don't remember which one's participation. But so you'll get another nice card like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, even if they just remove the hyperspace, like, or the OP border, it just looks so much better.
Yep.
SWU regional. I need to look at the cards again because I forget what they are. I just know they're bad.
It's Unnatural Life, Fet's Fire Spray,
Yeah, what are we
Dooku,
doing?
Mando Armor, and Kit Fisto.
What are we doing?
None
And
of those. I mean, like Fet's Fire Spray, but even then, like in Boba decks, it doesn't really, and it wasn't seen playing Django decks either towards the end. It was starting. That was one of the ones starting to get cut.
What are
Yeah,
we?
because it only just it comes out ready, and it's like, well, if I sneak attack it, and everything comes out ready.
Yeah, I could
So
either play a
bring
War Jug that
everything
could like
comes
swing for like 10, or the is the other Ruthless Raider was the other 6-drop they were playing.
Yeah, I don't. No. So I mean,
The mats are. I mean, there's also more stuff though. So there's now the sleeves, so you can get like the Ahsoka sleeves. There's more play mats. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's Out the Airlock, BB-8, Ray, Plo Koon, Ahsoka sleeves.
Yep.
I don't know where the other sleeves are. I'm scrolling.
It's the Plo Koon, Executor, and Ahsoka for the sleeves.
Right. Got it.
And then the playmats are it's like Plo Koon. It's weird though. The Bounty Hunters Quarry I haven't seen again since the original announcement. So I don't know if that's like
Yeah.
still in or not. I don't know.
It's odd.
But yeah, I mean, there's small adjustments, but overall, I think like going to an event, having cards, having playmats, having accessories, having packs are all pretty good. And I do think from a financial standpoint, you could almost view one ticket or 100 tickets, which is essentially one, as $5 because 100 tickets got you a pack. So to me, that's how I kind of looked at some of the evaluations of things. So even like that event being $50, you get 1,000 tickets worth. So
Yeah,
I actually got more potentially than how you did, but
I'm just complaining to complain.
true.
Don't mind me.
True. Big complainer.
Yep. Huge complainer.
Huge.
Huge.
But yeah, I mean, it was an awesome weekend. I had a blast. I'm looking forward to Minnesota and Worlds a lot, especially after this weekend. It was awesome just like seeing people, like even in between rounds, like talking to you guys, other content creators, other people were coming up to me and like, not that I'm like so self-deprecating that I don't think anybody watches us, but I was like surprised at how many people came up to me like in between rounds and like, oh, you're from Golden Dice, right? You know, you make this content, whatever. Like, it was a lot of fun to be able to meet so many different people at this event.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It really was. Are you what are you gonna do, Minnesota? You running it back?
I actually did really enjoy playing the deck, and there's a few changes that I have in mind. I've already taken Child Sin out of the deck.
Make an opening.
Yeah, I'm running 60 make it openings in main deck. But yeah, I don't know. We got a month, and then this weekend is the EU regional, and then there's also like some PQs starting to roll around. Yeah, I think McClunky's even streaming one on Sunday, May the 4th. I think the Connecticut one is being streamed. So we'll get some more data on some things. I've also been playing that Han2 Data Vault deck, which has been pretty fun. So
Yeah, that looked it.
we'll see.
That looked it when I was watching him.
Fluff,
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm either gonna run Yoda back again, add more Force stuff. Like it binds all things would have been great the entire time when I was playing. So that, or I've been working on a Maul deck. I think I'm only gonna play my showcases from now on. So I've only got a few, and I'm not spending money on them, but I'm gonna work around them. So Maul's my next go. More Force stuff, by the way.
I'll spin the wheel.
So should I go Maul yellow so I can do now there are two of them?
So with that,
Just rabbit hole. Just unfolding Flockton's brain
Flock
is
wants
like
to put
peeling
that
a putrid onion.
What's that card
Unnatural
do?
life right in there immediately. The promo, slide it in.
Kit Fistos.
Yeah, dude.
Dooku's. Yeah, Unnatural Life, Kit Fistos, and Dooku's could go right into your
They
Maul deck.
could.
There you go. Maul yellow deck.
Yeah. It'll work.
What's that card do?
Yep, exactly.
Hey, Flockton, what can Redemption do?
Oh yeah, I learned that like literally mid tournament. I'm probably like 3-1 at this point. I found out that you can in Redemption you can heal not just the base, but you can do units at the same time.
It's not a bit.
I was
folks.
only healing base. I thought it was just base. I didn't even think about healing units.
It's not a bit. It's not a bit.
I was like, yeah. The guy told the guy, I'm like, yeah, Redemption's good. He goes, yeah, you can heal your units too. I was like, wait, what? After I just beat him.
How does Smuggle work?
Like,
Yoda's
was
so
like, oh,
bad
you
you
can
can
heal
only put it
units
on the
too.
top.
So
Whew.
yeah, I remember I said Yoda was really bad. Now I'm all playing.
Now you only play Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't have anything like specific coming up. I mean, local events. We have like some stuff this weekend, but I don't know that any of us are able to
I got
make
Phillies
it.
tickets, buddy.
Yeah. And then, I mean, really, the next big thing for us is Minnesota. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't think I'm doing a PQ till after that. The Red Caps corner one.
I might probably try and get one in since I'm not going to Minnesota.
That's fair. I would. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm not. Pretty much.
Yeah, you've already used up your social capital.
Yep.
Yeah, next weekend. I think is it a showdown at Alternate Universe?
Oh, I don't know, dude. I haven't even like tracked showdowns simply because like if I'm doing one, I kind of want to do a PQ now.
Yeah, I forget what it is.
Although the showdown's probably the
Might
better
do
one to
that.
go
I'll
to
be
because it's
free.
better pricing because it's Devastators for top 8 as compared to home ones.
Hey yo.
Mhm.
All right, that's what I'm doing.
But all right, yeah. So I mean, we don't have anything crazy potentially coming up. Scott might be at a showdown/PQ coming up. We
Yeah,
won't
we'll
be
see.
till after Minnesota, but me, Brian, and Flock will be in Minnesota. So be sure to say hi. Come play us. We still will be bringing our tokens. So when you play us and beat us, you can get them.
I'll take the Brian.
I'll
take
claim the
Brian.
Brian. But yeah, blast. Appreciate everybody following us. Any other thoughts that you guys have before we wrap up? We're just at an hour, pretty much.
Take the Dramamine before the car ride starts.
Bingo.
Thanks for being nice, everybody. This was like a really nice group of people.
Yeah.
Especially like running into our local scene too is cool. Enjoy
Yeah.
seeing all our familiar faces.
Yeah,
So,
talking to our locals, seeing them, see how they were doing and everything.
yeah,
It was all fun
enjoyed
between.
hanging
Bro,
out.
now we got to go to Minnesota and see people like Jay. Like, this is just going to be miserable, dude. Oh, my gosh.
Coach.
I'm going to have to see Flock twice. I love that Jay got called Flock by Woo. Truly,
So funny.
truly the greatest timeline. Peaks Woo. Peak community content right there. But all right, yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in. As always, Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts at, Apple, Spotify, etc. We're on all those things. Give us a follow. Give us a review if you haven't yet. Appreciate that as well. And appreciate you all watching, and we'll catch you all next time. Deuce.